On the other side, this is Joe Wool, who was playing for our national team development program at the time, draft pick at Toronto, put on our World Junior teams, played at Boston College. Good habits, and that is finishing the drill hard and trying to make every save. Take a look here. I hit the wrong one for you. Take a look here. Watch the saves he's making. First shot, looks for a rebound. Second shot, makes a save. Third shot, doesn't quit. Fourth shot, doesn't quit. Stays in every drill and recovers. Next rep, save, stays with it. Doesn't take a shot off. He's playing in some game situational. This is kind of varied random. But every drill, he's finishing off. His battle level's high. His compete level's high. No quit on the puck. No, I made the first save. I'm not going to worry about the rebound. It's a controlled environment that the coach has created to allow the goalie to be successful. Look again here. Moving around the crease. Following the puck. No quit. Finishing off everything's hard and smart. And I'm going to give you a second part to this too. Small area games. Small area games are the goalie's best friend. And here's why. A lot of coaches love 5-on-5 full ice scrimmages. And I know we're getting into a lot of 3-on-3 cross ice scrimmages. That's awesome. But the smaller the area that you utilize for your goalies in some of these games, the more actions that they have. And just by them moving, you're helping them develop better because they are fully engaged mentally and physically. So let's play, you play a 10-minute game, 3-on-3, where you tighten the nets a bit. So they may be 15, 20 feet apart. You put them on the side of the ice, or maybe you just do 2-on-2 out of the corner with the net on the face-off dot facing that corner. Here's what's going to happen. You play that for 60 seconds, and those 60 seconds, that goalie is probably going to make 180 decisions. They might make 3 decisions per second. Where's the puck? Where do I want to be? How far out do I need to be? Here it comes. What save am I using? Where's the rebound? What do I want to do? How do I get up? Do I stay down? Do I get up? Where do I want to move? Do I butterfly push? Do I use my stick to poke check? Do I want to jump on the rebound now? Do I want to clear it off to the side? All of these things come into play, and you're helping them become better decision makers and get much better involved in game situations because you're putting them into an area where they can let the game be the teacher. Small area games in a hard competition can really help your goalies. It's their best friend because they become most active. You play 5-on-5 full ice, that's fine, and your team's going to need some of that, no question. But if you can get your kids into a 2-on-2 small area scrimmage for a good chunk of practices, or if you're going to do goalie-specific stuff, you're really going to help your goalie out because their decision-making process really ramps up. 5-on-5 full ice, they may make 5 decisions a minute. Small ice, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, once again, they may make 3 decisions per second, and that is going to be a huge component for their development. So let's go through some of the guidelines that we have here. First off every drill, goalie's got to be shot ready. Remember with those high-energy ones, you can't leave them in there that long because you're going with survival now as opposed to technique. I love the compete aspect. Keep going. Put parameters in there. Make sure that they know this is game situational. Their job is not just to stop it. Their job is to continue to play it until you call the next drill. For the younger goalies and coaches, we talked about what the stance looked like. Make sure that before every action, you make sure that they look good, that they are ready. They're balanced, they're set, stick, gloves, everything. Do them a favor. Hold them accountable to their own stance so that they can be successful building that habit of always being ready. The challenge, the feedback, ask them what they want to do. You know, sometimes a goalie may come to you and say, I need to work on this, I want to work on that, or I love this drill. Do it with them. Do it with her. Let them have some fun. Let them look forward to coming to the rink. Make them excited to be out there. Now, age appropriate. This is something that I did a presentation on for the coaches site a couple of years back on age appropriate practices. It's no different for the goalies in terms of what you're working on. So make sure you keep a guideline for yourself, whatever age group that you have, that you know how to what the goalie is responsible for and really what you want to get into. You don't want to go further than you need to with them because now you're just complicating what should be somewhat simple and somewhat obvious. You're seeing here a little bit of a template of what we like to do in USA Hockey with our goaltending and how we develop along. Let me go to 8U for a second because I know we have a lot of 8U coaches that are out there. For 8U, goalie du jour, everybody should get a chance to try to play the position. First off, we need more goalies. But second of all, everybody should get a chance to because there might be some kids who just thrive on it and they're going to want to stay with it. There's a set of equipment called Quick Change, which we use a lot here in the States, and I'm sure is being used in Canada a ton also. Quick Change equipment is really simple to get on and off. The chest and arm protector come as part of a jersey. The leg pads come off in 2 seconds, and within about a minute 30, You can have helmet, gloves, chest arm protector, and new goalie pads, which go over the other kid's equipment right on a new goalie, and you can change your goalies in practice 2 or 3 times if you want, and each goalie should get a chance to play cross-ice mites in goal to get an opportunity to play it. And as you get older, that's when things start to change. So here's some information for you to read through and to take a look at. And again, this is all on the USA Hockey Goaltending website as well, but just some important things. With your 10U, you really want to get these kids moving. Movement is the key in their C-cuts, back and forth, sideways shuffle, T-glides. You're not getting technique specific here. You want to get them just to learn how to stop the puck, how they use their pads, how to get down into a butterfly safely and properly, and how to get up, how their equipment feels on their body, how the extra weight affects their center of gravity. For them, it's about repetition in equipment just so they can get used to what the stuff feels like and how they're supposed to be using it. For the 12Us, again, we're going to try to pump things up a little bit. I think one of the lost arts coaches that is out there is goalies going to get pucks. And I've often joked, I've seen practices where kids are skating goal line to goal line, and the goalies are skating these drills too. And people say to me, should the goalies skate the same drills as the skaters? No, I don't think so. The only time I've ever seen a goalie go end-to-end is in a brawl, and we happen to discourage that in USA Hockey and Hockey Canada. So I would say having your goalie skating end-to-end is not what you want to do. But if you can get them skating from the goal crease to the face-off dot and back, the goal crease to the corner and back, the goal crease to the lower part of the face-off circle and back, the goal crease to the hash marks and back. Why do you want to do that? Because that's where pucks get dumped into, and that's where they can go to start making plays to stop a puck for their defensemen, make life a little easier for their Ds coming back, learn how to go out and get it, pull it back in, set it so a D can come and grab it and go on his merry way or her merry way up the ice. So that part starts to add in 12U, so build that in as part of your practice regime. You can dump pucks to them, make them skate, track it down, and go back to the net. You don't need to be an ex-goalie to design that drill. And it all comes back to the ABCs of athleticism, balance, and control. Now, getting up to the 14 and the 16Us, that's where you start to ramp it up a little bit more. The catch glove today is not the catch glove of the 80s and 90s. So the one that guys like Hextall and Barrasso and Van Beesbrook and even Marty Brodeur, when he first started, it's not the same glove. It's much bigger. It's a little clunkier. It's a little more awkward. So the goalies of today aren't firing pucks like Hextall did, because it was almost like wearing a first baseman's glove. But you've got to make sure that you get them into drill reps where they are going out to handle the puck and actually starting to move it to their teammates. So trying to hit a defenseman who's coming back, or they come out, set it, move it cross ice, and try to set up a little bit of a breakout. Teams changing, go out, get a puck, move it quickly into the neutral zone. 14U is that age group where you need to start pushing your goalies to move pucks and become a puck stopper, puck mover, and someone who comes down to shorten the defensive zone for Ds that are coming back. Off the ice, great story. Fellow coach once told me, he said he had a 16-year-old high school goalie. Kid was having trouble catching the puck. The coach said to him, and this is in Maryland where baseball's popular, he said, well, didn't you play baseball as a kid? He said, my dad didn't want me to play baseball. I didn't think my hand-eye coordination was very good. And I laughed because what's goaltending? It's a lot of hand-eye coordination. The art of catching the puck these days, I think, has gone a little south. I think one of the reasons is a lot of our kids don't play baseball anymore. Now, part of it could be the Euros who don't play a ton of baseball anyway. I get that. But here in North America, where baseball is still a popular sport, it is important that kids play Little League. We want multi-dimensional athletes. We want multi-sport athletes. Have your sons or daughters play Little League. Have them go be a catcher. Have them go be a first baseman. Or, if they don't want to do that, go get yourself a baseball glove, get them one, go out and have a catch. Throw ground balls to them. Bounce balls in front of them, make them catch it. Throw them pop flies. Get that confidence in their hand-eye coordination that they could track an object into their glove hand, and the confidence that that glove can catch a projectile. Catching these days, I think, is one of the weaker skills we have in our goalies, and it's got to improve, so play catch. And the other sports that you're seeing here are wonderful for goaltender development. So as a coach, if you can convince your kids to be doing some of this away from the rink, that is great. Tennis is tremendous. Surfing, I grew up in a beach area, so surfing for us was second nature. And you want to talk about anticipation and reading and reacting. Surfing might be the ultimate read and react sport that's out there. Plus, the balance and the core strength you develop from it is awesome. Lacrosse, soccer, swimming is one of those sports that's a full body workout, all things that I think enhance your goaltender from an off-ice perspective. So that's a little something for the coaches out there that were not goaltenders to chew on. We went through some drills. We gave you a website where you can check on some things that you can work on. There are all kinds of goaltending practice plans that are out there for you on these websites. And my advice to you is this: be confident in what you're doing, but be creative and be courageous to go explore the position. When you're watching an NHL game, watch what the goalies are doing. See what they look like. Go to some youth games. Watch the goalies. See what they look like. Use the reference material that's been provided to you. See what they look like. The 10U is different than the 12U is different than the 14U. They all look different in the net. They all bring different components and strengths. See what they are. The more reference material that is out there for you to look at, the better it's going to be for you. But lose your fear of working with your young goalies because you weren't one, because you can be such a vital part of their development, and you don't need to have played the position to do so. And remember this: goalies are not targets. I worked for a hockey school way back when, and that was the theme of the hockey school. Goalies are not targets. They're not. They're not in there to get shot at. They're players just like everybody else. I've always been a big believer, you pick them, you play them. But also, if you pick them, you absolutely have a right to make sure that they develop and that they get the same work as everybody else does. And goalies tend to get shafted a little bit when it comes to the attention that they need to become better players. So if you don't have a designated goalie coach on the ice with you at all times, head coaches, assistant coaches, put your heads together. Find 5 or 10 minutes while one coach is doing one thing for the other coach to grab the goalies and do some goaltender development. If you're doing that 2-3 times a week over the course of a 26-week season, imagine A, how much better that kid's going to get, B, how much more important those kids are going to feel, C, how much better you're going to get working at them year after year, and D, the success that your program can have by not have to be relying on the goalie-specific person to come in, but knowing that you could do a lot of the groundwork, which makes what they do that much easier. So on behalf of all the young goalies and their families that are out there, I thank you for what you can now do for all of your young goalies across North America and Canada. Have a great season when it starts, and thanks for watching the Coach's Site. We love what we do here.